On today's podcast, we're all the way in Edmonton, Alberta, talking to a man by the name of Tiny Tim. Let's go. Welcome back to the Ultimate Deck Podcast, episode 8. We all know the side of the coin that the contractor operates on, or the homeowner. We know how we walk into a store and we look at the materials we want to buy and we maybe get some help, maybe don't, and away we go to do our project. But today we're going to look at the other side of the coin. What's life like from the dealer perspective? And joining us today is one of the partners from the Everything Exterior store, which is located in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. This is a store that operates not only in the decking market, but in everything exterior, as the name would imply. And Tim Percy is the owner that's going to join us today and kind of give us the dealer/retailer perspective on the decking industry and exteriors as a whole. So we sat down with Tim to find out how his life works. Welcome, Tim from Everything Exteriors. So happy to have you on the podcast here today. How you doing?
Great, man. Sound the alarm, release the balloons, crack the bottles, fire the cannons. Let's go.
We're ready to rock and roll. Hey?
Let's go.
I tried for so long to ignore all of your messages and phone calls of you trying to get on this podcast, but you're persistent.
My bucket list just got lighter for 2019.
Yeah. And then he starts phoning the store, right? He's like, hey, Wade, Shane's not getting back to me. Do you think I could get onto this podcast or what?
Like before it gets too big, because I don't like crowds.
How are we doing, guys?
Good. We're doing awesome. Yep. We've really found that these interview style podcasts really hit home with people. So we're excited to we've done a couple with the contractor people, and now we've brought you on board here to kind of get a retail perspective. So we're kind of excited to get into that. But I think we've shared a few questions back and forth on topics we want to get to today. So why don't we just jump right into that? You good?
Sure, man. Sounds good. First thing I just want to say, it's a pleasure to be on the podcast, guys. I love what you guys are doing. I want to say you guys are doing great. You're giving everyone in our industry a platform to tell their story. My story is going to be a little bit different than most of the contractors that you've been interviewing. So I hope I can help someone out somewhere. So add some value to someone. So.
Awesome, man. Appreciate that. We really, we're enjoying what we're doing. We've had this idea for a long time and just finally found the time to do it because, January. So
we don't have to answer the phone.
You'd be shocked to find out that not many people build decks in January in Saskatchewan.
Or Alberta, yeah.
Or Alberta for that matter.
This seasonal thing, we try, but definitely not like it is in the summertime here in Alberta.
Yeah, so you guys are Everything Exteriors, and you're a retail outlet in Edmonton, Alberta, correct?
Edmonton, Alberta, the capital of Alberta.
That's right. So tell us a little bit about the store. How long have you guys been around? What do you do? Where are you from? Who's all in this thing?
Okay, for sure, man. So Everything Exterior Store is the name of our store. We consider ourselves, I would say, like a boutique building supply shop. We supply everything from siding to decking, obviously like pressure treated cedar, composite PVCs, stone, as well as interior feature walls. And then kind of everything that comes with that, specialty products, accessories. Everything Exterior Store has been around for about 10 years. And we've moved, we're now on our third location. So we've kind of jumped around, but we're here to stay where we're at our location, Southside Edmonton. So we've been around for about 10 years, boutique building supplier. And a little about me. I've been in sales as far as building materials go for the last, I'd say, 8 years. Came on to almost 8 years, I should say. Came on to Everything Exterior, about 4 years ago now. Geez, time flies. And been here ever since. Love what I do. Happy, with what I do on the day-to-day, helping customers with their siding projects, decking projects, small DIY interior projects. So love what I do, and like I said, happy to be here and chat with you guys.
Awesome. So you mentioned quite a variety of products you guys carry, including a little bit of interior stuff. Has that always been the case? Have things changed over the years? You've kind of gotten into different products and different lines, or has it always been kind of the same portfolio?
Oh yeah, any business obviously changes over time. We for the Canadians listening, started from the bottom. Now we're here.
A little Drake reference, yeah.
Drake reference for the Canadians. We started as a small shop, grew into a bigger shop, and now we're at our third location, which is an even bigger shop. So obviously, with that, you're taking on new products, and you need space, right? You can't stock everything, but you do need to stock some things. So you're going to need more space with, especially on the decking side, right? So we have a great location, nice big showroom and warehouse here, SoSide Edmonton. So yeah, we have progressed over the last 10 years, and we've been in our new location now for the last, I'd say, just coming up on, I believe, 2 years. So
awesome. On going back to that first question, Tim, how many employees do you have? Do you run them differently in your off season versus your summertime season? Like,
yeah,
you're saying you're a boutique lumberyard or a boutique lumberyard. I just want to get a sense of like how big, how many people are there?
In the peak season, we run 10 to 15. Winter season, we're obviously a little bit slower. We tend to slow things down. So the staff in the back, like our yard guys, that would be where we'd kind of scale back in the wintertime. So yeah, I would say we're small to medium size.
Yeah, 10 is good, right? That's good.
Yeah, I mean, we try to, run it as clean as we can. With it being a small business, that means, me jumping in there and jumping on the forklift and, helping pick orders, that sort of thing. So we have a tight-knit group. I would consider it a family. So yeah, we all kind of scratch each other's back and help each other out and try to give it all while we're here for the 8, 9 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours.
That explains your long fingernails. I noticed when we were down in Charlotte, your fingernails were exceptionally long.
Oh, very long. A lot of dirt under those nails in the summertime.
Yeah, they must be lining up for your nails, right? For your back scratch.
Yeah, exactly.
How is the competitive landscape where you are? Who are you competing with? What's that like? What's the market in Edmonton look like? So for us, Regina is a smaller city. We're about 200,000 people here, approximately, and so maybe your competition is just regional or whole city. Expand on that a bit for us.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. I mean, I don't know really how competitive your market is because I'm not in that market, but ours is very competitive. I have big box stores, that I can literally from our front door drive a golf ball and hit one of them. So it's
like
very
you could or I could.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, with some context, are we talking like 100 yards away or 350?
Talking 250, 300.
Oh, yeah.
350 on a good day downwind in Florida.
Yeah. So you can be on in 2, basically.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, on in 2. That's more like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, very competitive, man. That being said, any good siding or decking contractor here in our city should know who we are. We've worked to build those relationships, right? So it's very competitive, but we have, our base that's loyal, and we're working hard to always capture more of that business. So
yeah, so you have some box stores, you have some just like what I would call a generic lumberyard, right?
Generic
like
lumberyards,
hardwares, your
multiple, exactly, yeah,
timber marts, castles, etc. Right? So
exactly, yeah, multiple lumberyards like that. So yeah, I mean, it's how do you set yourself apart? We do it with a lot of different things, and I think we'll kind of get into that later on in the interview.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's super competitive, man. It's a grind every day, right? So we try to help people out as best as we can, as quick as we can, and educate them on the project that they're doing or the product that they're purchasing.
This is so weird that you said that because we don't share the questions with you guys beforehand. But how do you set yourselves apart?
How do we set ourselves apart?
Yeah,
you rolled right into four. Yeah,
so
the segue.
Yeah, well, I'll recoup. So you mentioned you're competing against. It's a similar market here, right? We compete against the same thing. We've got a couple Lowe's, a couple Home Depots, some Ronas, Home Hardwares, which are kind of almost like a bit of a hybrid between a box store and a local lumberyard kind of thing. And then you've got your local lumberyards. And so we experience the same kind of thing as you. And we're also a specialty shop. And so we've got kind of an idea of how we approach the market and what our strengths are. I'm curious if that's how similar it is for you up there. So how do you set yourselves apart? What's your value message to your contractors and customers? Why do they shop with you and not the box stores and not the lumberyards?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It depends. Retail customers, I think it's the education that we provide to them. The fact that we take the time, it's more personalized service, man. Anytime you look at a smaller shop like mine or yours, you're looking at, most of the time dealing with one of the owners, right? So you're getting that personalized service because they're just so invested in your project, right? So you're not dealing with, the guy at Lowe's who's just kind of wandering the aisles, right? So there's that, the variety of products that we carry, right? The fact that we have samples and literature and, take the time to go the extra mile to answer those questions, right? We're invested in these people's project as soon as they come in. So
it's funny, you probably experience this too, but quite often here we get, if it's Wade or I dealing with the customer, we get when they find out that we're the owners because they see a business card or something, they kind of get that like you own this place? And then I don't know what happens in their brain or what happens in their mind, but suddenly there's they feel instantly more comfortable and it's almost like an instant rapport is built when they know that they're dealing with somebody who can actually make decisions and help them from start to finish, right?
100%, guys, because there's no hiding. You and Wade can't hide anywhere. Where are you going to hide?
I got a couple good spots in the back when I'm
Yeah, exactly. Behind some 2x10s or something, right? You can't hide from the issues that are going to arise. All the projects that come in that you're quoting, you can't hide anywhere when you're invested in the business, right? So
there's also if they ask for a discount and one of us answers that, they know there's no can I speak to your manager question? It's just over, right? Yeah,
it's always good to have a hierarchy in a sense, but you can kind of just be as stone cold as you want, and also it conveys a ton, like you said, Shane. It conveys a ton of confidence in these people because contracting is a weird thing, right? If people are coming in and they're doing a project and they're not necessarily, leading their project, they're they can be, worried that they're getting ripped off or, whatever the case may be. So just conveying that confidence in that customer that you're dealing with a guy that's going to be here, not 365 days a year, but you know what I mean? I'm always here. I'm not going anywhere. So that and definitely long-standing employees, man. We have great employees here, super knowledgeable in the, the products, but, learning the technical aspects as well. So yeah, man, knowledge is a big thing. Customer service is a big thing. I mentioned it's just more personalized, man.
What decking products do you offer and stocking versus special order?
All right. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, right? So everything.
In March when the trucks show up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when it's stacked to the ceiling, it's overwhelming for sure. So everything from if we're talking decking, everything from pressure treated to cedar, Trex, TimberTech, Gazek, Clubhouse, Fiberon, decorators, special order like Moisture Shield, Zuri. The exotic hardwoods are big for us as well. So Caillou Balau, and then things like Ipe, which aren't as popular in our market, but there's a lot of cool projects that are happening where people are starting to get to that architectural design kind of mindset that places like British Columbia may have, where a lot of wood and cedar and those sort of things are being used as building materials.
So are you seeing people trying to get away from Ipe? So you talk about using it as a cladding or an exterior product. Are you seeing more people that are switching to, say, longboard as opposed to Ipe or Red Blau?
Yeah, well, our market is different, right? Like way different than yours. The city here in Edmonton has a big initiative for the infill project. Okay. So the infill project is basically you're tearing down your house and you're infilling. You're either building, one big beautiful modern home, or you're building two skinnies on that lot, right? And with that comes, clean lines, very small modern homes. And when you look at the market and the demographic for those homes, you're looking at the 25 to 40-year-old. I think that would be I would say making a little bit more money than most, has a higher income and wants something nice, new, and flashy. Now, with that comes the want and the need for something that's more maintenance free, right? Like if you're looking at a new modern home and you've added wood elements to your cladding, let's just say, if it's on the second story of your modern home, chances are, if it ever has to be stained, you're not getting a ladder out and climbing and staining that, right? That's a project. A lot of the demographic for those homes, I think, are more interested in maintenance free. So I hope I answered that question.
That's good. So you mentioned all those products, and then so I want to jump back to stocking versus special order. What are you stocking?
Yeah, so of course there's other things that we carry as well, right? Like, all the accessories that go along with all these decking products, multiple railing products, things like Osco, the hideaway privacy screens. So a number of different products for your deck build, right? Or your outdoor area, I guess you could say. As far as stocking goes, stock a little bit of everything, man, or try to at least, with the exception of some of the more rare boards in our market. So the big name brands, like I kind of talked about, Trex, TimberTech, a little bit of AZEK.
Oh, you can hear the scribble.
Did you hear me?
I'm out with that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. No, I just broke. My computer just went dark for a second there. So I hope
you're on the mouse pad, turning it back.
Yeah, the bigger name brands. So Trex, TimberTech, Clubhouse, Fiberon.
Sure.
Those.
Yeah, we have at our store we have 26 colors on the ground, and on the walls that we show people we're pushing 80. So
yeah, and it gets, like I said kind of earlier, it gets to be overwhelming for some people, right? Like the way I kind of work it is you're either going to be in the gray family or the brown family, and that kind of cuts everything in half, and then I kind of work from there. So if they're looking at composite or PVC, right? So
so in the heat of summer, things get a little hairy. It's a busy time of year for everybody, and you're just trying to keep your head above water. Are there certain tools or software or things that you're using in your business that you find help manage that a little bit, to create some efficiencies for you?
Yeah, the biggest tool for me is our staff, man. Being able to, have the confidence to hand things off to other people would say would be the biggest, man. That's our biggest tool, is our staff. Couple other things, I would say our showroom. Our showroom shows really nice. A lot of the, lumber yards, I would say, or bigger box stores don't have the kind of presentation that we offer in our boutique building material store. So our showroom is a big help for us, right? Being able to feel, touch, walk on, see the product, right? A lot of places you go, you can't even see the product that you potentially could be purchasing. So that's a huge tool for us. My biggest tool in the, like you said, when it gets hairy, I would say is my phone, man. I'm on the phone all day long. all day long. It's glued to my hand. I'm answering calls from the store, my personal cell phone, follow-ups, checking on logistics, freight. It's nonstop, man. It's nonstop. And it's just, I would say my phone is probably my biggest tool.
That's a pretty hard one to argue, right?
Right?
I've got
Go ahead.
I've got an extension question with regards to the boutique store here, but I've gone live on Instagram. We mentioned we would do this here. So Tim, if you want to also go live, kind of start watching our live, and then I can invite you into our live here. We can do a split screen. So I'll just get you to log in.
Oh, you guys look great. Hang on a second. I'm slouching here.
It looks great because Wade's not in it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like what? Boy, there we go.
Okay.
So we're going to, just for the folks that have tuned in here, we're going to get everything exteriors added to.
Hey guys, how are you? A little more personable.
There we go.
Let me get this propped up so you can see me. Oh, there you are.
We went down to one viewer. So you signed in, we went down to one.
Wants me to bring back the stats.
Oh, we have one viewer?
We've got a viewer. We've got a couple viewers. We had 4 or 5 viewers.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if anybody that's watching has questions for Tim of Everything Exteriors out of Edmonton, Alberta, shoot them into this Instagram live and we'll ask them. How interactive is that? Right?
Look at this, guys. Look at this. See my shirt?
Yeah, red plaid and a beard and a
three button. Wait, 3 button.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You dress for the occasion.
Right?
I feel like the fact that we could see each other now is going to throw this thing off the rails so bad.
Just throw this paper out. Poof, done.
The boys, the egos are back at it.
That's right. So I'm going to bring this back home a little bit. You mentioned you've referred to yourself as a boutique shop.
Yeah, and feel free to use that, Shane. You guys can start using that if you want.
Yeah, I've actually got Justin putting up a new sign out front with that on it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm curious about, because we often refer to ourselves as a niche lumberyard or a boutique shop or a specialty store. Do you feel, because I feel this way sometimes, do you feel like that pigeonholes you a little bit in people's minds, that they think, oh, they're niche or their specialty, so A, they don't have a lot of stuff, and B, they're probably more expensive than the other guys because they're niche. Do you worry about that same thing?
I worry about the price for sure. The assumption in my head, what I would think if I was a retail customer, let's just say, right? They walk into a big box and it's, whoa, the eyes light up. This place is huge. It's like a Costco, right? They come into our shop and it's, a couple 100 square feet. They may think like, oh, this is underwhelming. But again, it goes back to the presentation that we offer. Like, look at your guys' shop, man. You can do a 360 with that camera, I'm sure. They walk in there. If they're serious about buying a maintenance-free deck, man, they shouldn't be shopping anywhere else in Regina than your shop, right? Same when you walk in here at Everything Exterior. So
yeah, it's always something that's in the back of my mind, and I don't have a better
Chad Browning, what's up?
Word to describe the kind of store that we are without using those words, right? I just feel like they sometimes have a bit of a negative connotation to them, but
for sure. How much of your business is contractor versus DIY?
Man, I was struggling thinking about that the other day. How many, it's really hard to tell a lot of the times because we have people that come in that are looking for, I've built my deck. The deck's solid. The deck is solid. I just need the boards.
Everybody who's built a deck has built it solid, right? I don't know anybody that put one up and was like, oh, it's pretty terrible, but now I want to top it, right?
Deck's solid. Framing's been in for 20 years. We're just going to replace the boards on top.
Yeah. I've over-engineered it. How many times, right? If I had $1 for that.
Yeah, so I mean that can be that's a weird one. I'd say that's a DIY project, right? So most people that come in that are tackling the do-it-yourself are going to do that portion of the project. Very rarely do I find that there isn't a contractor involved on some level in building a maintenance-free deck. Like, so many people come in and they say, oh yeah, I had a contractor come in and frame it, but I'm going to lay the boards down. Or, God, let me think here. Yeah, it's just, I have an uncle who's a contractor, everyone's got an uncle. and he's going to come over and do it for beers and pizza. But is he a contractor, right? Some people use their contractor to purchase the product and just, so it's like, it's a weird game. If I had to put a number on it, I'd say like there's probably more retail, just because everyone needs a deck, man. Everyone wants a deck. Everyone's upgrading their builder deck. Here in our market, kind of new home builds and new home sales have slowed. So when that happens, that's when the renos, kick up, right? Everybody's doing a deck, hopefully, for our sake.
When we talked about it, basically just for our own location, we're thinking, probably 70, 75% DIY, 25% contractor is what we think our store is. And the DIY market is fantastic because if you think about somebody who's built a new house, they're probably already house broke, right? Like they put everything they can into that house. Sure. Then you're like 2 years away, 3 years away from doing a deck. That renovation market, those people, it's a gold mine sitting there because
that's what you want, right?
They have the equity in their house. If they refinance it, they can do some pretty sick projects. So
yeah, absolutely. And even like for us, even like let's talk new home build, right? If you're building a home with a builder here in town, what percentage is the deck going to be if you build a beautiful custom deck on the whole project? When you look at it, man, it's going to be 2-3% on your mortgage, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, do it, build a deck, buy a composite deck. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
Fire it up.
So while we're on the topic of contractors, we've grown our contractor base year over year. Now we've got a fairly good contractor base here, but we find that communication with your contractors on how the process should go to make things more smoothly for everybody is something that we chat about quite frequently. Once they walk out the door, it's like, man, if these guys would just do things like this, it would make our lives a lot easier, it would make their lives a lot easier, and vice versa. They come in and they're like, if you guys would just, do something this way, it would work a lot easier. What are some of those things that let's pretend all of your contractors that shop at your store are listening. What would you want them to hear that you're too chicken shit to say to their face? I'm totally kidding on that.
There's actually one listening here.
Chad Browning's in, so just tell Chad.
I'm going to talk to Chad directly. No, and if you haven't checked out Chad's work look, Strathcona Exteriors.
Tim loves the communication.
Tim's pretty shy, so yeah.
Check these guys out right here. Boom. Building the banging decks. Chad at Browning Custom Carpentry and Sean at Strathcona Exteriors. Give them a follow, man. They're far more exciting to deal with than I am. And they build beautiful, beautiful projects around the Edmonton area. So check them out. Sorry, refresh me on what the question was. Oh, I'm talking to my contractors here, right?
Yeah, because we have some contractors walk in and they give us an entire takeoff and it's down to the T and it's like, I want it delivered on this date and it goes here and it's like, perfect. All we have to do is push this thing in, load it up, put it where they ask. Other guys give us a napkin and be like, can you have this delivered tomorrow? And it's like, dude, like, are there stairs on this deck? Yeah, there's stairs somewhere. Well, how high is it? Oh, I don't know. It's like my waist. It's like they don't all operate the same way, right? So in a dream world, how would that relationship look?
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. This was the one thing I really wanted to talk on, and not so much the guys that are here, kind of that have joined the live stream here, but
of course you can't slag them while they're watching.
Oh, it's not right. These guys are good guys. The smaller guy who isn't as organized, man. Organization is everything.
Yep.
We are busy in the summer months, right? We're crazy. We're pulling our hair out. We're running. I'm driving the forklift. I'm picking decks. I'm doing sales. I'm managing the operations on the day-to-day, logistics, freight, everything. It's going crazy, right? So when you show up and you just give me a drawing and you tell me you need your deck delivered in 2 days, okay, sweet, yeah. We're going to try, but that's managing expectations, man. It's like I have to do that on the day to day. You guys know you can't stock everything. We show over 100 boards. I can't stock every board. It's not going to happen, right? Like I'll tell a story. There was a smaller contractor that came in at the start of last season and wanted his deck, and he wanted it in 2 days, and that was great because we had some of the material stocked, not all of the material. And his comment to me, he's getting all in my face, and his comment to me is, "Did you not know the summer was coming? You didn't expect people to be buying decks, right?" It's like I can't stock everything. I would need a yard the size of 3 football fields to stock all the products that are available.
Yeah.
If you're ordering something special order, give me 2 weeks, and there'll be no hiccups ever, right? Give us 2-3 weeks on the front end, so we have time to, put your order through. Anything that we don't have here, we bring in. It just makes things run smoother, man. And I know a lot of the times contracting for these guys, things move really quick, right? You got to be on it. You got to get your estimate out, and then they want to start their project next week.
Yep.
But I think it goes back to the contractor managing the client's expectations. So often in construction, things are delayed. Everything's always delayed. You guys know that. You're on the retail side. Everything's always delayed. I may get verbal confirmation that something will be here on a Wednesday, and it doesn't show up until, the next Thursday. And like I said earlier, there's nowhere to hide, man. There's nowhere to hide. You made that promise to someone, and you have to go back and tell them, this isn't going to happen. I'm sorry. And then they have to have that tough conversation with their client, right? So
yeah, it's a chain.
Absolutely, for sure. I think if contractors are listening, number one, do your own takeoff. Do your own takeoff. Don't give me a drawing on a napkin. That's no good to me if you're a contractor.
I don't know how you're going to build it. You're going to build it. So you tell me how you want to do it.
You have the material on site.
Yeah.
So you tell me what you need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. You're going to use it. You may need 1 or 2 extra boards. That's fine. So that's a huge pain point, is the fact that, just the expectations of us as a business. And then if something, let's just say we're a board short and it's special order. Well, oh my, I'm never shopping at your store again. And I'm all that, no, don't bring me that. Don't bring me that, because I'm doing everything I can to help you out at the end of the day, because I'm invested in this. I'm part of your project.
Yeah.
Man. Part of your project. So do your own takeoff. Get your orders in early if you want things to show up on time. And if you have the time, if you have the order, if you have your deposit from your client, and I'm talking on a contractor level, obviously, if you have your deposit from your client for the job, get your order in. Get it in. Don't wait. Just get your order in, and then there'll be no hiccups on the timeline, right? So we try to move as quick as we can, but you can only do so much, man. You can only do so much. And you guys are great for that. You guys will bend over backwards for people, man. I've seen what you guys do on Instagram and, all these social media feeds. Yeah. Give the supplier a little bit of credit, guys. Come on.
Yeah, there's the odd Sunday at 6:00 that we're, trying to run boards out because we're short. We know that either we made the mistake or the contractor needs to wrap it up. They don't get paid till their job is done. And so whatever we can do to help facilitate that, right, we certainly try. But it's, it's tough. You can't win them all.
Yeah. So also, man, the big thing, for me, you guys are in sales, right? It's a relationship game. It's a personal game. If guys come in and they're in a huff, you get more bees with honey, man.
You just got to give them a hug. I always try, right? They're all mad.
Do I have to start hugging everyone, Shane? Because I will. I will.
It's effective.
Yeah, it is effective.
When it goes wrong, it goes wrong bad, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Foot in the mouth. But no, you get more bees with honey, man. If you're a contractor, come in with a good attitude and realize that things take time, and you can't be everything to everyone. And at the end of the day, your deck project is not life or death.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not life or death. If it's a push today, it's not life or death. So have a drink. Have a drink.
Is it hot? Do you have your phone turned all the way down?
I do. Yeah. Is it getting?
I think we can hear ourselves. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of feedback into just if you can turn down more, do it, and if not, then don't. or move it further away. Right? Yeah.
Where's our AV guy?
Yeah, exactly. We need a producer. He's at the front
Yeah.
answering
So-
phones.
Over there, sorry.
Number 10. How do you promote everything exteriors? Where does your business come from?
I would say, like as far as the marketing goes, big thing for us is word of mouth, man. Word of mouth is huge. Once we build that relationship with the contractor, anyone that he's talking to or she is talking to, they're more likely to say, "Oh, go down and check out the products at Everything Exterior Store." So word of mouth is the biggest one, I would say. A home and garden show for us is historically just always like you kind of have to be there if you're our kind of store. So historically, that's always been good, I think, because you never really know. Like you do see people come in, a month later, 6 months later, 2 years later from a home show, right?
Yeah.
They saw you. Oh, I saw you at the home show. And then, the stuff like, our website, we're working on the whole social media thing. We'll get to where you guys are soon, but that whole thing, and hopefully maybe that whole thing, and then just
You've come a long ways, even since we were in Charlotte. We were talking about Instagram stories, and Shane and I were walking around the Fibron plant. We both had our phones out. We're taking pictures. We're showing people what's going on, and you're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing with your phone?
No,
pay attention." It's like, no, we are.
Then we got told we couldn't use any of them.
Yeah.
While we were there, everything was all rosy. They're like, "Yeah, it's all good. It's all good." I get to editing this thing together, and all of a sudden I get a phone call. It's like, "Nope."
Did that happen?
That's not happening.
For real?
I was wondering about that because even I was a little gun shy.
I was surprised that they said yes to begin with because I've been to other plants where they've like straight up front have been like phones away.
Put your phones in this
And so I was
box.
like, well, this is awesome. And so I posted that one video and it was like people loved it. They loved seeing how it was happening. And then a couple weeks later, I got a call. Yeah, it's like my rep from Fibron was like, I just got a call from like the VP and would you mind taking that video down? I'm really sorry that we told you could do that. And it's like, okay, well.
And that's
man.
That was, I was shocked by that too when they said, yeah, go ahead in the moment.
Yes.
But it's probably because you're Shane Chapman.
It could be that, right? Maybe they.
It's not even Shane. It's like the Shane Chapman.
If I could capitalize the in that, like I could probably make that change in Instagram.
Sure.
Big enough deal.
We should do that.
Anyway, so you mentioned your home and home and garden show as one of the shows you go to. Do you attend any other ones, like kind of like not local shows, but like the deck expos or the IBSs? Do you do those?
Yes, we've only really been big into the maintenance-free composite decking. I'd say this will probably be, I think it's our 5th season. So some of the partners here have, they'll do the IBS sort of stuff. I haven't been to the deck expo yet, but I really want to go bad. I've done a couple tours of these facilities, and I just want the opportunity to connect with other guys in the industry, man. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Like I said kind of earlier, to jumpstart this whole thing, you guys have killed that, right? Like you guys are on the pulse, and I want to be right there with you guys. 2019, the personal brand is building.
There you go. Taking some notes. Yeah. Where is it this year? It's in Louisville, right? Louisville, Kentucky. We should go hit some dingers with some baseball bats down there.
I was going to say, let's go get personalized baseball bats made.
We can make
yes,
that.
no?
Yeah.
I don't know. We could probably do that in Louisville. Isn't that where they make the Louisville Slugger?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll sign mine. I could probably sell it for quite a coin.
Exactly. There you go. Start a side business, side hustle.
Money. Side hustle.
Yeah.
We got one final one on here on the docket for you, Tim, which is just kind of a catch-all question for you. Retail is not it's not a dream job for many people. What do you find to be your largest pain points day to day just running a retail business? How you started that with a groan tells us everything.
Yeah.
That might just be
so
your
just
answer.
Waking up. All right. Yeah. Okay.
I like I've been in sales for a while. Before that, I was in the service industry. I was a concierge of a hotel for a long time in Calgary.
That'd be a great job for you.
Oh, it's great. It was the greatest. A lot of fun. Anyone fresh out of school that wants a night job, working like a bellman or valet job is a super cool job. It breaks you out of if you're not a people person, it instantly breaks you out of your shell because it's tip oriented, right? Like you're pulling bags, you're getting a tip here, a tip there, right? So it breaks you out of your shell and makes you a better, or makes you I'd say a people person, man, instantly. It allows you to create a relationship with someone within minutes.
Yeah,
I pride myself on that, man. Being able to become buddies with someone very quickly, right?
That's important.
So
that's
yeah. What was the question though? I got way off course.
You're kind of on it. It was your largest pain points. And so your point, building rapport is huge. So
building rapport is huge. So like, it just goes back to just like, don't be rude, man. Don't be rude ever.
Yep.
Because when you are, it's so much negativity. Negativity for me, I get stressed out. You're stressed out. Everybody's stressed out. Nothing runs smoothly, man.
Yeah, and I think like Shane and I talk about it all the time in the store with our guys that are here and the contractors and the DIY. It's like, we're all well aware of the problem. Let's find a solution. Enough with we don't need to focus on the problem. The only thing that's going to fix this is a solution. So let's get to that right away, as fast as we can.
Exactly. And when you call, don't be angry with me because you just told me about the problem. It's not like I knew about the problem
I
going
haven't
in.
been stewing on it for 2 hours. I just found out.
Yeah.
I really just found out. So don't make that initial phone call or that initial interaction hasty.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on,
Open
man.
talk
Like,
with 3 F-bombs, and it's like, okay.
yeah,
right?
no, that's not the way that we try to play it here, man.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of pain points, man. I love what I do. Like I know you guys do the same. I love what I do. Every day I love coming to work. I love our staff. But some pain points, man, I could really go on forever. Big one is returns. I want to all you contractors out there, treat your leftover boards like Dean Wade and I do, like dead bodies. Just bury them in a river somewhere. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them because it's not so much the return, right? It's the fact that when things are hairy, what we control internally is what we're doing. When you show up and you have 3 boards that you're returning 3 months after your project, that throws us all out of whack because instantly you're here. We could be loading a truck. We could be helping other customers, and then we can't control you coming back if you don't call us and tell us you're coming. So people just showing up with returns, that's a pain point. I wouldn't say a super pain point, but it's just annoying more than anything, right? It's us sitting on that stock because who knows when your board is ever going to sell again, right?
Especially if it's some sort of special order, oddball color that just like you have no chance in hell of selling those 3 boards again, right? You just you're just watching $300.
I have one Caribbean redwood
perfect
board that
I should send you our 10 and then you'll have enough for
10. We have 31. We have 31 16-foot Caribbean redwoods back there.
There you go.
The guy ordered it and then canceled the deck. And it's like, it's in the yard. What do you do? Right?
Yeah. Well, we're going to sit on that for a while. Maybe we'll make some furniture.
We're 2 years on that right now.
Yeah.
So
So it's people don't understand that with minimal space, where do those 31 boards go?
Yeah.
And how do you keep them clean? How do you keep them sellable until 2024 when that could potentially sell, right?
Yeah. They're on sale for $1.99 a foot right now. It's like whatever anybody would give me for those things.
Yeah.
So cheap. But this is why we talk. I gotta, if I have one of those jobs coming up,
I'll pay $600 to get that freighted out.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
I want to circle back real quick to how do you promote your business? So you're just getting onto social. Do you do
I shouldn't say that. Now we're starting to realize that we need to take it seriously.
Okay.
Kind of just done it in passing, and Man, Shane, I got to give you some credit, man, for how busy I know that your life is with, your work, your, after work, the work-life balance thing.
It's like
You're great at keeping that updated, man. You're killing it,
he doesn't
right? Like
sleep.
It's definitely easier now. Like December, January.
Yeah.
Our plan is to kind of stockpile some content for the summer months, right? Because there's no time in the summer, but it's tough.
Got it.
We're not even doing what we want to be doing yet.
The list is
I feel like we're 30% there, right? But compared to others in our industry, it looks really, really good because the industry's a dinosaur industry for the most part, right?
100%, man. And it's the young bloods, and we're all young bloods. I know a lot of people out there might think that Wade's my dad.
I got the old gray beard going on. Yeah, I get the dad comment a couple of times.
Yeah. So
Rob Redden loves that one, right? In Light Guy thinks that's the best.
We're still young guys in this industry compared to, all the old dogs and dinosaurs in the lumber industry, right? So having a fresh take on it. Obviously decks are it's a visual thing, man, and you guys show it great.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, radio, TV, print, social, like what are you spending it on?
We don't do any radio or TV. I wish we had the pockets for that, because I'd love to be on TV. But no, like I said, social, our website, word of mouth. The trade show in March is the big one, because March is kind of for our climate, and I don't know how far that this podcast will stretch. We'll probably get some hits in Zimbabwe for all we know. Sure. But our climate
following
and
Zimbabwe.
Huge. The Sudanese following is huge. So our climate and our season runs, what do you guys say? April till September, really, if we're looking at the heart of the season.
September at least, sometimes October, November on the odd year. But September is the last safe month, right?
Yeah, and we're blessed to have the Edmonton Home and Garden Show the end of March.
Right.
So that is kind of the jump start to everyone thinking, oh yeah, winter, the snow is clearing. It's time to build that deck. It's time to, reside my house. It's time to, do something, reno something, right? Yeah. Better weather for us, because you literally cannot go and build a deck today in Edmonton. I'm looking outside and there's snow everywhere. It's freezing.
Yeah. Our show is at the same time. It's always the third week March. This year, I think it's a hair later, but it's always the end of March. Same thing. We consider that to be the kickoff of the year. We spend the whole winter kind of prepping for the year, and once the home show happens, it's like, okay, stop on the long-term strategy stuff, and it's go time now. And so last year threw a bit of a kink in us because we had some bad weather right then. Like we got a blizzard the weekend of the snowstorm, and then the snow stayed late into April, and it was just a slow start to the year. But
it snowed. Go ahead.
I was going to say same with us, man. Like, we're seasonal. When it rains, these guys want their deck pushed back a week, right? So we had a lot of rain, I think, in April after the show. So there was that window that you just kind of miss, right? There's just not as many people through the door when the weather is crappy. So.
Yeah, and we took on a snowfall in September too, right? We had a late
October 2nd.
October 2nd.
Yep, burned in my mind.
It's unbelievable.
D-Day.
So she was a short one this year.
So Tim, we're through our questions. I think you said you might have a few questions for us, though. Is that still a thing?
Absolutely, that's a thing, man. I want to do. Just because you guys are on here and people are getting to know you guys, but look, I want to get nitty gritty with you. I've gotten nitty gritty with you. We had the chance to meet face to face and kind of shot the breeze for a whole weekend. Had the opportunity to have some good nights, and
thanks to Fiberon for that.
I know.
Thanks, Mike.
Yes. Shout outs to Mike, 40 Flow, wherever you're at.
Out east, right?
Out east, Sean Farrow. I mean, that was awesome. I got the chance to get to know you guys, man. I feel like I could, we're just like old buddies.
That was a good
old buddies. But a lot of people out there don't, they see you, Shane, and they may not realize, or they see you, Wade, and they may not realize how good of guys you are. You're you're wholesome salt of the earth fellas.
Thanks,
So
buddy.
I wanted to do a quick rapid fire. I'm going to give you 2 options, and you have to pick one of them. You don't have to ask. I don't want you asking me any questions. You just pick one of the 2. I'm not going to get too. I see, Shane. Don't worry.
It's dealing with 80 options.
We're not
so this whole like only 2 options is tricky for me.
Yeah. Okay. So quick rapid fire here.
Wait,
So there's.
what's happening here? Is this just Shane, just me?
Oh no, both you guys. I want you each to give an answer. I want to get to know you, Wade, and you, Shane, better here. So yeah, a couple questions about the decking world, couple about your, just how you guys feel about certain things. So, first question: miter or butt joint?
Butt joint.
Butt joint, composite or PVC.
Okay.
I'm a wood guy, so I still like a miter if I do cedar, Caillou, Blau, but any of the wood plastic composites.
Shane, what does it get about rapid fire? Like,
Right? I was sitting here thinking that's a whole boatload
story.
of words.
I got lots to say.
How'd you get to work today, Wade?
Well, I pulled out of my driveway. I turned left onto Green Apple Drive. I drove.
You drove.
Okay, so a little more rapid fire, a little less
On it. Right.
Okay, chicken or beef?
Both. Yeah.
Say again?
Chicken or beef?
Beef.
All right. Composite or PVC?
PVC.
Okay. Budweiser or Pilsner?
Budweiser.
Budweiser, really? No Pilsner for you guys?
Nobody in Saskatchewan drinks
Oh,
Pilsner.
okay.
Everybody in Alberta and Manitoba drinks Pilsner. Saskatchewan just makes it, and everybody thinks we do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because everybody who comes from Saskatchewan always is like, yeah, Pilsner. So you guys, it's that's so funny, man.
It's a giant inside joke we're playing on all of you.
What is the home brew that you guys make in Saskatchewan? What is it called? There's like some sort of home brew that you guys make and people line up for. Maybe this is a Saskatchewan. Mead?
Are you talking
Mead?
Yeah, the blue blackberry mead
Blackberry
from
mead from
Bushwhacker.
Bushwhackers.
Get the mead going.
Dude,
So
people line up for blocks in like minus 20 weather and wait all night. They bring tents.
why?
It's ridiculous.
Why is this a thing? Like how?
I don't know, but you should come down here and experience it with us because I've never done it either.
So it's over. They release it in November. Yeah. They release it right before Christmas, right?
And people
And it's
line up in August for this stuff.
Yeah. When it's warm. So it's like, what is it? It's like 17% alcohol, and it drinks like a beer. So they'll only sell you 2.
Okay.
Right? You're only allowed to buy 2 bottles, and so it's a limited 1 production run, 2 bottles. That's it.
Boom.
So
Custom one of them.
It's a viral marketing campaign executed perfectly.
Okay.
Is what
Rapid fire. Back to the rapid fire. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Glass railing or picket?
ticket.
Oh boy.
One or
Glass.
the other. Glass. Okay. What's more important, intelligence or common sense?
Common sense.
Common sense.
Perfect. Building or designing, guys?
Build.
Build.
Builds. Peanut butter.
You're a design
jam.
guy.
Peanut butter or jam?
Yeah.
Oh.
Peanut butter.
You're picking things that go best together, like design, build, peanut butter, and jam.
Yeah.
Come on, I'll go. By itself, peanut butter.
Okay. PB. Wade, this one's for you. Nickelback or Metallica?
Metallica.
Okay.
Does anybody answer that Nickelback?
I don't know. I don't know.
Poor Nickelback. They get so slagged.
Some Canadians might, man. You never know.
They get so slagged, man. I'll tell you what. Their Nickelback's first album that came out, I loved it. It was a yellow. Was it called The State? It's a yellow album. That's when I liked them. Their old stuff. When he sold out on the Superman song, it was over. Nickelback and I were done.
Yeah. Well, they're listening, so watch your back.
Yeah.
4 viewers. One of them for sure.
One of them's
Chad
Chad
Kroger.
Kroger.
Sure. Okay. A couple more here. Tim Hortons or Starbucks?
Tim's.
Tim's.
Canadian boys. Last thing, pergola or umbrella?
Pergola.
Pergola warms the space.
And it's pergola, not pergola.
Oh, another pain point. Last thing I want to say here. Pain points. Let's get back to that. Okay.
Yep.
when people mispronounce things in our industry. So,
What are your top 3?
okay, I'm going to give you 10. T-Rex,
Fair.
T-Rex decking.
T-Rex.
Oh, T-Rex, yeah.
T-Rex, yeah, the T-Rex
I
deck.
never got that. Not one time.
Are you-
I've gotten that.
Did you?
For sure.
Oh man, I get that all the time. T-Rex
Yep.
decking. What about when people call IPE, IPE?
Oh boy, we just we did. If you watched the Ultimate Deck show, we had a little conversation about that because we've got a rep that calls it IP. There's it's pronounced IPE, but there's IP, IPE, everything but how it's supposed to be said.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's a good topic. We could have done a podcast just on this.
What about the composite? I call it composite. Everyone says that.
I'm a composite guy. Shane's flipping.
Composite.
He's going to composite.
That's a U.S. Canadian thing, right?
I know.
And I've
heard you guys.
been interviewing these American guys and going down to Deck Expo, and they all say composite. And so now I'm just trying to play to my audience, you know.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's from Boston until they say composite, and then they're all from Boston.
And what about Aztec decking? Do you get that?
Yeah,
Boy, that one happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, those are the few.
Maybe that's why Dustin named his company that, right? It was like, stop fighting it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pergola and Pergola. That's the other one, right?
Yep.
Not that. Yeah. Whatever.
Come on, people.
Pain points. And last thing, when people ask me questions and then don't listen to my answer, but ask another question before I get the chance to answer their first question.
What do you mean by that?
God. Like, are you listening? Like, do you care? You're asking questions and I'm just talking and you're not even listening. So that bothers me more with retail customers than anything else. It instantly makes my blood boil.
Yeah, there's people that listen to listen, and there's people that listen to talk, to reply, right? And those people... Anyway, this has been a ton of fun, Tim.
Yeah.
I appreciate you making the time for us. We've been trying to make this happen for
2 weeks.
like since Christmas. Yeah, around there, we tried to make this happen, but I'm glad that it finally has.
Yeah.
So that's great. You've been a great sport about all this. We knew you'd be a good interview. We had spent a weekend with you and knew that you've got lots to say. So I think this was great. Any parting words?
Yeah, if you want to hear more about us, just DM me on the Insta.
Boy,
There we go.
he's picking up the slang for sure.
Right? I know the slang. Come on. Just if you're ever in the Edmonton area and you want to have a coffee and a chat and just talk shop or check out our store, check out our options, feel free to come by. SoSide Edmonton. You can find us on the World Wide Web.
We're going to come up and watch a hockey game with you.
Yeehaw. Giddy up. Anytime, boys.
All right, thanks so much. That was Tim Percy from Everything Exteriors out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. They are a retail store, specialty boutique store that deals in all things exteriors, a little bit of interior stuff even there too. If you want to get a hold of them, follow along with their Instagram account. It's at Everything Exteriors. If you need to get a hold of us, we are at the Ultimate Deck Shop. Shoot us a DM for any feedback or potential future episodes. Until next week, have a great one.